All right, this is the second round of the tournament. I've been given an altered or the secondary Silver Lake map, and I can't tell if this is the normal map or it actually looks a little different. But either way, this one's intriguing because you fill up a region, you get a cube, you get stuff. But it's hard to argue with all of the money that you get for this one, and including this ability here, which lets you take an extra turn. So I'm going to choose this one. The other things we've got predators, sea animals, reptiles, and then our Asia tags. This one should be more competition. The yellows are in the 300s or the mid 200s for this group, which makes sense. They are assumably pairing all the people who won their first match. All right, the card choice is between this guy here, which gives me the opportunity to get a meeple without a project. I get stumped with the projects or something like that. I can just get my meeple this way. The upgrade is nice as well. You can use an additional meeple to reduce the strength of something by 2, so it acts as effectively 2x tokens. With, of course, the punishment of leaving an extra meeple on the spot, so it's more difficult. Well, if you get 2 meeples on the spot, you can't do it again unless you got a way to pull one off. And then this one. This one's pretty decent. I certainly like the ability to trade an X token for money or vice versa. It's a nice, easier way to get X tokens. Or, if you get away, like it turns the 3x into potentially $15 if you do that. But I think I'm just going to go with this one. And this one doesn't, I mean, it's a little bit of money or a card. But I think that this is more useful throughout the game. We'll see, though. I've got two really good ones. I'm going to choose this one where I can pick the one I want from the supply as opposed to what's out. This is very good as well. I prefer the tickets one. If it was the tickets, I might choose this over the other one since I already have a reasonable choice for this, but I'm going to go with this and take whatever the other one they give me is. Well, we got a good one, so we'll keep this one and this one. All right, I've gone through some of these already. I have the science, the research tags, and I have to beat animal categories for the red player. Those are my two options for this. I've grabbed the cards that I think are probably going to work the best. This is the only one of the sponsors that I took. It's a nice little income, which gives me a science tag, which will help me to play this if this is the way I want to go. I'm also keeping the shark. Now I can build the large aquatic center here, getting $6 back. So if I do that and just play the shark attack, maybe I get some big hits there, whatever, then I can afford it. Because, again, this is going to cost me a total of 20 plus 10, but I'm getting 6 back. So I'm edged it in by a buck. So these are the ones I'm going to go with. I don't see anything else. I can't play this. I don't want to take this card if I'm not going to have any. This one requires 2 and doesn't really help me for any of the projects. And this one will take a little bit to put in, although it's kind of nice. So these are the ones I want. Alright, it looks like the red player has already played in a little aquatic center. And he's actually on a pretty good board. When you cover these things, you're able to either grab a card from the card row and tuck it underneath your board or take one from your hand. and do that and get all the tags. So he will probably do a good job winning the race for these things. However, I'm targeting this one. So, you know, this will, if I can get the shark down, I can use the coral again for it. Now, I'm not good on reputation yet, but we'll see. Now, so I want to take the building that gets me the animal tag. That is right here. And let's see what we get. Okay. Not bad. So worst comes worst, I can always play that as well, but I'm still planning on putting large aquatic here. I am planning on doing that and playing the shark. See what happens. All right, so it's still there. We're going to snap that, and we're going to use that in place of trying to go for the 2 on this. That way maybe we can build up and hit the 4 or 5 later on. This also gives us the ability to use the shark attack again if there's anything in range. So we'll see. And it's going to give us a 1 bump, so that's going to help a little bit. There we go. Now it's time to build the enclosure, the big one. It's going to get $6 back next to water and rock. So I've got enough to put him out. When I play him, it looks like only an extra 2, but maybe we'll, no, yeah, there's nothing closer. An extra 2, that's okay though. All right, I can play the sponsors first before I play the shark, but I don't want this guy moving, and I really probably want to cycle the animals first, or more than this anyway. And I won't be able to play 2 animals, so it doesn't really matter. So let's just play our shark and get our extra points. I need to take this first, and now we get the shark attack. All right, 12, we're up with the others anyway. All right, so red player who's on this kind of cool board has built a side entrance. So not only is he going to get the income from 5 spots next to the side entrance, but he's also built to this part quicker. So it's going to help him with the races that we've got. Also, the yellow player has done a release. So that could hinder the income production of him, but he's done a release. He's also done it by this spot here, so he's going to be able to reuse this and get an additional 2 points once again. So 2 things to worry about. Nothing we can really do about it right now. Our sponsor, get a little bit more income, and probably get the green at the end, but we'll certainly see. Oh, and that somebody's getting money for each science tag. So that's going to be worth a lot by the end of the game, and get that out right away. Alright, so it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to play this guy. I do want to play both the aquatics to get up to 4 tags. and I certainly want to hang on to this to be able to play this. So I am going to just build the other aquatic center now. I do want it by both rock and water. I think I'm going to build towards these X tokens here. I don't know if I built this way. I could tell. Well, I'm going to have to upgrade build pretty soon, so let's just go this way. Nothing I need to clever down. I may need to grab some cards after I play, discard one and play two soon. I'm just going to cycle my cards down for an X token, and if I have to, I will maybe take money. I thought the break might be caused, but both of these guys looks like they played sponsors, so maybe a little bit. All right, well, we do have a bit of luck. We are at 3 on the sponsor, and this is up to 12. I thought we were going to go another round without anybody moving the break along, but I'm going to be able to do this, get a couple extra dollars that I'll desperately need, and then get an X token as well. And I'm going to have to drop a card. I'm going to drop the worm. All right, so I'm going to play my association and play the card from my hand. I'm going to use this first slot. I can get a rep bump, but I would rather do my shark attack again for a few points. 7, so that'll get me 3. That's only 2. If this gets it in the range later on, I can get 3, but that seems very unlikely. I will take the meeple. I will do my... I don't need the extra bump yet, so I'll do the shark attack. Get my worker. And then this, and finally the 2 bump, and I'm going to upgrade. I'm going to upgrade build, so I can build through these things. Build. After I do my animals, I'm gonna sell a token for 5, and so I'll be able to build a few things. Association's only going to be able to do 5, so I'm not going to do that yet. I will do that on the next upgrade, more than likely. Another big one for a shark attack. Alright, I'm going to do my build and maybe some other stuff ahead of the animals. Right now there's no animal to shark attack. The animal that was in the 1 column, or the 1 slot there, is now gone. If either of these get to me, I'll get 3 or 4 points. It seems unlikely that they'll get to me reasonably quickly, as these are not extremely desirable. This is actually pretty desirable for me, but I don't know that I'm going to go sponsors upgrade. I could certainly do that over the cards. But I'm going to do the build first, as it's not going to cost me anything. I'm going to get all the money back from what I put down. That's the nice bit about this particular board. I can build my stuff pretty quickly. I'm going to put the 2 by both the rock and the water, and then I think I'm going to save this spot for another kiosk, so I'm just going to keep building around this. I don't have any prospects for either of those, although this would be a good one to grab. He's kind of nice. I was hit by a pilfer, and gave up $5. It's actually fortunate that I took the build action first, because if I had not, I would have this amount of money and then out of money and couldn't do a build after that. So let's just do the animals while we can. I gotta do this one first. Doesn't really matter where it goes. Both have water and rock. I've got a trade. I won't get a shark attack, unfortunately. Again, doesn't matter. Now, if I get pilfered, I can't take anything. So, well, this is a good card, but I don't want to waste my entire thing on that. Now, it is something I could play, but I'd rather just draw a few cards and hope for something decent that way I can work towards. This is nice. This is also nice. And reptiles are among them. I like all of them. Oh no. Alright, these guys are going to be worth the exact same amount-ish. This is going to be worth 2 green if I play it, which right now is 4 points. But, you know, at the end it's worth a little bit more if they had come. Here I'm going to get 3 tickets when I play it. It's going to make things cheaper. I think I've got 10-ish spots that I still need to cover by the water, and then I should be able to get the green at the end. So I think this is going to be worth more than this one, other than the fact that I'm not getting all of these during the game, but I'm still getting all the points. So I'm going to get rid of this one. It's good card, but third best among these, it looks like. All right, I'm going to play my sponsor. It's gonna get me $10 if I fill all the spaces around the water. It's also gonna get me a few points right now and probably the green point at the end. So not terrible. My plan is to do a build and take this panda, this red panda, which I'll be able to play. I have 2 science tags. And this thing, which I won't be able to play for a while, but it's going to be worth 7 points. 5 for the being next to 2 aquatic centers, and 2 for the placement. It can also house a couple cubes for aquatics, of which I only have 1 spot available. And I'd like to be able to use the shark attack again, and this is pretty handy. So if we can find something with coral, that'll be helpful. That means I'm going to need to jump the animals, because I won't be able to do both of these at once without extra money, but I can do it for aquatic. No one can stop me from that. So that's the plan. Start off with this, which is away. Just going to put this here. This doesn't have any requirements, so no worries. I'll leave this one open, which has both the rock and the water. Put this next to this kiosk. Do a grab. He'll get $2. And 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's right. I got a +1 to this if I want it. You know, a 2 might be a little better. What am I at now? 24. I can put it up here, and that'll put me at, I'll get $2 back, so I'll be down to $22. And I'll get at least 5 for doing my thing. So yeah, we'll do this. Makes sense. And we'll take this. We'll see what we missed out on from the deck. Well, that's upsetting. Well, I guess it would have taken me a little while to do this anyway, but that's fine. Okay, well, that's what I'm doing. All right, so this has gotten a little interesting. The blue player played an association and did a project and grabbed the doubler, so he's going to have the doubler on cards. So presumably it'll be at least 8 when it gets back to us. Could be more, depending upon what the yellow player does. And the red player, who I thought was going to be doing the 4 predator, because he's used 2 of his 3 bonus spots to grab animals, and both have had predator tags. He's going after that. Instead, he put this guy out, and he's got all sorts of money with the side entrance nonsense. So got this, and now on the next turn, I'm going to have to assume he's going to do the 5. So, I mean, he may shoot all the way up. Although, did he? Yeah, he did. He did upgrade this. So, yeah, I think he just got by this. No? Oh, he upgraded it with this. He got 2 green from the big tiger, which got him the association upgrade. So if he spends a 5, which I have to assume he will, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, he'll put them all the way up here. At any rate, back to our turn. I don't see a path to get another aquatic, not easily, and I need extra cash to play both of my guys. So I'm just going to spend an X token and do the project I can do. And I'm just going to take the income. Looks like there should be a pretty quick break. I'm going to get $5 from this. I'm not going to take the changed one. This isn't great, but I could certainly do it. This is usually pretty decent. I can usually get 3 on this. We'll see, though. So anyway, I'm going to take a $5 and then the $5 income. I haven't upgraded yet, so I can't do anything about a donation, unfortunately. Alrighty, so I'm just going to play 2 animals. I don't have any cards to sunbathe that I want to give up, so do this one here. It's close to this. Let's to our kiosk, and this one gives us access to both rock and water, so this makes the most sense. And now we might as well use the actual one. And again, I'm not going to sell any cards. I'm going to pass on that. All right, so I've been hit with a Venom and 2 Constrictions. Looks like the red player had 2. It was a blue player who played the animals that did that. So I had originally intended on playing my sponsors twice, getting the X token, getting some money. I don't need a ton of money. My income's up to 35. I mean, yeah, I could get some big cards, but not a huge deal. 3 on that already. All right, so I think what I'm going to do, I've got $7, so I can afford to do something other than, play the animals for an X token. I am just going to play the cards. I'll draw 2, keep 1, so hopefully I get a decent card out of it. All right, what do we got here? Oh, well, we do have this. This is probably what, no, it doesn't, never mind. So one ability into a reef dweller effect. Do I have that? It's not camouflage. Kind of wish that were a reef dweller effect. It does occupy 0 cubes, so I can still get another one if I need to. But this one will get me about this. It's going to be the same. I do need a spot to put it, but a 1 isn't terrible. So I probably want to keep this one. Gives me another herbivore tag to take over this from the red player towards the likely endgame card that I'm going to get. So I think this one is slightly better. If this had a reef thing, this would be a no-brainer to take, but I think we can discard this one. And it'll just pay my venom for me. There we go. I'm just going to run my sponsor twice and get the X token. I'll lead the break. Everything's still pretty close. Get rid of these stupid things. All right, so I'm going to play my association. And I'm going to take this guy here. That's going to get me 2 rep bumps, which will get me an upgrade. And I'm going to upgrade another card. I'm going to upgrade association. I always like having that one done in the event that I need to do 2 things or donate. I'm starting to get quite a bit of money, so I'm going to want to be donating. I actually wanted to be donating earlier, but the build made more sense for me at the time. I don't know if it'll turn out better this way or not, but the other thing, I do want to try to play this, but I don't need to play it yet. There's no other sponsors on the board, so that's not a big deal. The other one I want to upgrade is going to be the animals. I can start playing things from the board. I can do more. I can maybe get a rep bump. I'm not going to upgrade cards, so just getting to 9 is probably going to be, well, it's going to be the end, since I don't plan on doing it unless something else happens. So that's where we're at right now. Now I'm going to, as my next one, I'm going to try to grab potentially the green, both for this, and I may try to play this from the board anyway after a build. We'll see. We'll see if it's still there. Otherwise, I mean, I could certainly just play this guy as a hunter, grab something, and then see what it is. But I'd rather have a place for the 1. I mean, I know I've got a place for the 1, but build makes more sense next anyway. All right, I'm going to do a build. I need a 3 enclosure. On the event that I'm able to play this guy here. He be nice. Other than that, I mean, I can build up to 6. So, let's see. If I want to build this, that's 28. I can still donate if I want. If I want to just do those two. This guy's actually pretty nice to put out as well. I think that's too much though. So that's 38 is what I would need. So I'd have to stop building now if I want to put them both out. It's not terrible though. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna stop. I'm gonna stop there. Yeah, that looks good. All right, this one's going to cost 19. And this one's going to cost 18, so I need $37. I have 39. That's 3. Let's grab some points and some income by putting things next to kiosks. That one was a 2. Okay, this one is another 1. All right, let's play this. I'm going to put this one here, because this one's next to both rock and water. Put another one of these guys here. All right, we're up to 49, and we've caught up to the red player, who may be doing something cool next turn. Oh, he's already done that. Oh, we'll see. We'll see. Grab the green partnership. I know no one's up here, but I'm allowed to grab it, and this is actually the 4th one anyway. Now I have 4 green, but technically so does yellow. So I've got to race this guy to get to the association now. He's got extra meeples, so if we don't have a break soon, he's going to be able to do it. So, all right, I'm going to grab some money at this point. Red player, the guy who has a side entrance, has 2 of his 3 animals, his 3 pets that he's used with a horse whisperer. Hopefully he doesn't find a 3rd, although something else that's troubling, he's got a 5 out, so usually indicates he's got a decent 5 animal to play. He might try to do the break. That'd be kind of good for us if we want to try to win a race with the yellow. Preferably, I can find a 5th green tag after the break, but we'll see. There we go. Alrighty then. Well, I think I'm just gonna take a 3 pull for cards and hope to get something with a green tag. That makes the most sense at this point. It's gonna give me an X token. I'm gonna have to discard 2 cards overall anyway. And I still don't know if I'm gonna be able to play this, so we'll see. Take all 3 and hope. Monkey. I don't have any. Oh, a pet. I'm glad I was able to draw before this guy did. Well, I'm certainly not playing that pet, so I think that's the easy one to drop. These were kind of garbage anyway. It's going to be a break, so I'm going to drop 2 anyway. Is there a monkey out? There's not. Got no monkey tags. I think I'm going to probably end up keeping these 2. So I'm getting rid of this for sure. And hope this guy doesn't have a scavenge. I mean, I can't just hang on to it anyway. Doesn't make any sense. Do I get any points? 1, 2. I don't get any extra points for that anyway. But I do get 3 if I get 3 rep bumps in. I should get at least 1. Yeah. Alright, so I've got green, possibly reptile. I can get a yellow and do this reptile. I've only got 1 predator. And there's the 2 reptiles there. 1 other already has that. This guy's going for 4, so this one's probably out. Yeah, I'm just going to discard this anyway. I probably won't play this, but I'm going to hang on to it as I have no path for this one at all. All right, so I would really like to have this as the 5th green. Right now, only red has it in reputation range, so he could get with a card, but his animal is only blue. I guess blue could snap it. He's got it upgraded. But I'm going to do a build, and I'm going to do my best to get it in range. So I'm going to cover this so that I'm just 1 below it in the event that somebody grabs something below it. I need a couple of these. I need 1 by the water, just in case I can get this guy here. Also going to put 1 right here. And I've got 2 more. I think I'm just going to build another 2 and grab this X token. Gives me all sorts of spots to build, nothing big, but I want to dump this down so the cards is a little closer. Thus, if it's not in my range, I can snap it next turn for 1 fewer X token. Alright, so I need to go and grab this guy here. The red player jumped in the lead. He built an emu in his big thing, and he dropped the aviary with it, which he played this guy here, Scavenging 3. Hopefully he didn't get the pet we dropped into the thing. Like I said, I wasn't going to keep it, but he could have easily gotten another pet from that. But anyway, let's go up and get the monkey. He's got 4 green as well, which he will probably take next turn. We'll see. There we go. Alright, so the red player now has more bird tags than us, but we're still ahead on 3, and we're going to play a monkey, which will bring us back to 4. So I'm going to get rid of this one. I don't know if it'll turn out correct, but I think it probably will be better this way. All right, time for the animals. We have a nice guy who's approaching our area. Nice 6 points. I can't hypnosis any. Well, I won't be able to hypnosis anyone probably after this turn, but that's okay. So I'm going to play the monkey. I'm going to put him here since he doesn't require anything. I don't want to play this guy. I'm going to put him here, the one by the water. All right. Yeah, let's do this twice. I won't have this upgraded yet. I'm down. Yeah, I think both of these are fine. Get this close. I've got something I can play now. I'm going to have something in range. Actually, yeah, this will be closer too. So we'll see. I'll probably still do this next. I've got the same amount of points as the red player. Red player has his association at 2. And I can play my association, go again, and then play this Cobra, and then use his association at 3. Now, let's do our conservation project. We need to do the Asia. What does jungle do? Yeah, I'm not doing that. He's a 5. Asia. We're going to do the go again. Determination. So that 5 will get me enough to do both of these animals. I'm going to pass on this, but then I get my second action, which is going to be animals. If I bump this once, I think I'm going to bump this once to get the rep bump. I need to be at 9 for this guy and this guy, so a nice easy way to get it. I will be short 1 X token, but hopefully that won't be terrible. We'll find out later. All right, we got to play this one first. I will put it on this one, saving the rock water. Now we do with hypnosis. And now I can do this guy here, and I put him in the 1. I don't know if there's anything I need to remove. None of these are huge things for me to have to get rid of. There's a pet that was certainly going to get gunned. I like both of these, so I'm going to hang on to these. And I think I'm just going to pass on the digging. Now I can add an X token and do this as a 3. I'm going to just take the Australia. There's 2 Australia things here. I don't need anything else. There's nothing else that we're using. So let's just do that. And that allows me to upgrade my sponsor, and I can finally play these stupid things. Hopefully it'll pay off for me. Gotten very tight and looks like it might be ending fairly soon. The blue player has $50. He's been selling cards all game. He's got plenty of spots to put things. Only 2 cards, but he can play 2 animals. Right now, this is the only thing he can play that's within reputation range. Actually, he could play this, and then that would no. He doesn't. He doesn't have the partner. So, I mean, he could get quite a few points this turn. I had been worried about the red player here, but he needs a break. I need a break. Um, and we've got this rhinoceros that's come, and the blue player might just snap this thing. So I'm not sure exactly what's going to happen, but my guess is the blue player has the advantage, certainly at this point. That being said, I'm going to grab cash and try to accelerate the break. If it doesn't break, which I think likely it won't break, I can build on this spot here and then put this out and at least get some points. Yeah, so that's where I'm at. I thought about doing this guy here to get the extra meeple, but that's going to take 2 more additional turns, or 3 more additional turns. I guess I could dump something for an X token and then do this guy after that. But again, that's just 6 points, which is not going to cut it. This thing is better than that anyway, so let's do this. We get $8 for this break. Now, at least I have something to deal with money-wise. I have a lot of great things I can do right now. I do have money. I'm going to probably build on this, put this down, as this is going to be the most points that I can get. We're at 14. I think we're playing for second now. I think this blue guy's got it. All that money, places to put animals, all sorts of places to put animals. His animals is set. I think it's likely that red will cause the break if I don't right now. I don't know if that helps me much. I mean, it brings this up to the 4 slot, which gets me 2 green, plus I can, if there is a break, I'll be able to get a third. That's only 9 points at this point. So like 89, ending it there. Although I'll have this, I don't know, we'll see. Maybe I'll get 2 turns. If I get 2 turns, that I should be able to flirt with 100, but yeah, it looks dicey. But I'm gonna do the build. Now I can build up to 6, and I have money to build up to 6, but that won't allow me to play this. So I'm gonna build a 3. Play this. And then I'm going to put this by both of these so that way I get the full 5 points for the end game. Well, I certainly want to put one of these somewhere. And I don't, $47 will be plenty, so let's just do this. Well, that's interesting. Game has not progressed well. Again, there's no break. We're still at 14. I thought the red player would do it. He did do a build, and that's reasonable. Now he's 2 spots away from his extra 7 points and an additional 5 at the side entrance. So I've got to believe he's going to do that at some point. He does have the association. Is at 4. He's got an X token. He's got 2 meeples and can do it. He can't do any of these. Yellow's been picking up, basically gobbling down the green cards up here like candy. Red has 2 cards. One could certainly be a green card. And he's got 6 water, so that would be a good one for him if he had the water one. But I'd say that he doesn't, and he's going to have to cause a break in order to end anything. Otherwise, I should beat him. If, like, the blue player, he's not going to find an end next turn. He's got plenty of spots. Oh, he does have 2 X tokens. I don't know if he can put out 2 things that are going to give him 20, but he could probably get close. He does have a 5 enclosure. I don't know if he's got a 5 card, though, because I think that emptied for something bigger. Yeah, this thing probably went from here to his aviary, but I don't remember. At any rate, I can get 6 points by just grabbing this, and if I take one of these, I get a card that I may be able to use. So I'm going to do that. It's not really desperation, but there's not much difference between doing this and picking one of these or hoping for a better one. So about the same amount of points. Now, what I would like to do is to have this gone and to do a project and get 3 X tokens, but that's not going to happen in this game, it looks like. All right. I don't know. Let me grab an herbivore. Maybe I'll get something nice. Probably not, though. Well, hold on. Let's see. Let's see how we do have this to consider. I got him by 5. All right, so a monkey probably seals it for me. Oh, the herbivore takes us over. Okay. All right. Well, that's good then. Come on, baby. Well, it's at least something I can play if I get money. If it's there. Okay. Do I have any other herbivore that I can flock him with? Negative. Okay. I thought red did break. We're all pretty close. I've got 2 animals I can play, so let's do it. He's got to go here. He can't use his ability, which is no problem. And then I can put out this guy. It gives yellow a couple dollars, but they don't need money. Nobody should need money at this point. So 97. I've got a feeling that blue should be able to end it, in which case I can potentially put this guy out. And if he's gone, I've certainly got this for 3 endgame points anyway. So we'll see. I mean, I don't like my chances to win, but I mean, certainly I'll be in the discussion near the top. I shouldn't be last. Last would be terrible. But I mean, I guess I could be last. We'll see. We'll see what happens. So, still no end of game. 2 are very close. And again, I don't know what this guy can do. He's got 2 X tokens. I mean, he could play 2 animals. Well, looks like he did play some aquatic stuff. Not sure what he did last time, but at any rate, doesn't matter. What I want to do is play this thing. I've got 2 options once I play it. So first of all, I could, on my last turn, provided one of them do something, build 4 things up here, and and close everything, which will give me 3 points for this, and then 7 points for filling my board. Not terrible. The other thing that I might be able to do instead is this guy. So instead of getting 10 points, the 3 for this and the 7, if this guy gets in range, this will be a 5. And I could play him, and this is 16, so this is strictly better. So not bad, not a bad thing. So let's do that. And again, I mean, I assume one of these guys are going to do it next turn. So again, the worst I can get is 10 points on my next turn, which is at least something. Well, 7 points for the good, and then 3 points for end of game, but a net 10. Now, hopefully this guy won't be taken, because then I get 16. Nope, never mind. I don't, because I don't have any money. Grr. All right, well, I guess I'm getting 7 then. Is triggered. It was actually by the red player who used the place a 2 right here to fill up his board to get him another 7. He got a couple rep to get him up higher, so he got quite a big turn for that last turn. I am not going to be so lucky. He had this release in his hand, so that was good for him. There's another release out there that yellow could potentially do. I don't know if it's any good for him. He could probably also, no, oh wow. Yeah, he can release this guy, so that's on just the green. So that's 10-pointer right there, plus the donation. So, well. So I think going into the end, we should have the fewest points. Now, I do have points for all of these, but, or at least I will. But I don't know if that's going to be enough. We'll see, though. Hopefully I'll get at least second, but third seems more likely. And it wouldn't rule out fourth. So I certainly want to throw one of these guys down. And then none of this matters. I guess I could put a petting zoo in. All right, so that fills my board, gives me 7 more points, 1 more because I built a ticket. I'm going to have 3, 8, 11, 14 more. But, you know, like this guy's got at least 8. Yeah, he's got 8. So I get, say, call it 6 more on him. So I'm at 111 to 119, 8. I have to beat him by 3. I mean, I've got all the brown card ones. That's gonna be worth 4 for me, but I have to hope he gets a 1 if I want to beat him. Well, we'll see. We'll have the recap in just a few. And we have the results of the second round of the tournament. I got 4th place, which I had assumed I'd get 3rd because the yellow player, this Razor, and I were within 1 point after all the blues, and I had a full 4 on my brown card, and there was only one brown card that he could do, which was the reputation all the way up to 15, which just happens to be the card he has. And that's probably by design. He's probably working at that most of the game to make sure he got it. But I had hope. In fact, I I thought the odds better than average that I had beat him, but I did not. The other one that I knew about was this one here. He had to only score a 1 out of 4. He scored 3 on his designer zoo. He had 7 different building types. So again, that was a long shot. Didn't think that likely, but thought it was likely that I would beat yellow. Blue, I didn't know. What I could see was that he had at least 10 points if he wanted to build those 2. He came up with the scavenging. Let me see if I can find it here. First of all, he played the big tiger. So that was 16 points and a bump. And then he had the scavenging vulture. Long-billed vulture. Got him scavenging. Scavenging didn't matter. He was already done. Another 8 points and a bump. The 2 bumps got him an additional... Oh, sorry. 2 bumps got him an additional 1. Here, he's blue, not red. So that was helpful for him as well. So he knocked it out of the park at the end. What did he have here? And Architectural Zoo, he would have gotten 2 on that as all. But he didn't need it. He also gained the most money basically because of the crane. Every turn he was dumping a card for $3. That was part and due to taking the cards special action that didn't make him discard any cards. And he upgraded that early, and he was always a wash in cards and a wash in money, even though, as you can see, his income is now 39, but that also includes the last 2 things that he had. He had been, because like his wasn't 56 at the time. He had been lagging behind at least me and the red player with the side entrance, all the game. So he made up for it using that crane very effectively. All right, so we're going to wait until we get to round 3, and I'll put that video out when it's done. It'll probably be another couple weeks before the game even starts, though.